Yeah, we would have took a draw if you offered it us at the start of the game, wouldn't you? I mean, Chelsea away, even when you're flying, is a tough game, and you'd probably accept that. I mean, today it was great defensively, but that was completely down to the detriment of our forward line and the lack of chances that we created. It was a snatch and grab and a little bit of a Christmas present from Carrick to Ralph that we're not actually 15 points behind Chelsea for when he comes in next week. I mean, we created absolutely nothing. We took the one chance that did come our way, and we defended brilliantly. I thought Eric Bailly was out of this world today. I thought he was outstanding. And for me, has just shown Ralph, hopefully, who'll be watching that game, that it's not all about Maguire and Lindelof. He's done it again. He's come on the biggest stage against the European champions and the league leaders and stole the show. Eric Bailly needs to be in this team. And I said this in the show the other day, that if Eric Bailly is coached, he's got the mentality to do it. He's got the bravery. He's got everything you need to be a Manchester United defender at the top level. He's a bit rash, yes. But we've seen today what he can do. And that's against the best. You know what I mean? Even when Lukaku came on, stepped up to the challenge. That's what we need. It's not all about the soft touch. It's not all about the captain. You know what I mean? He wasn't there today. And we had our best performance of the season. And in defence, yeah, like I said at the start, it wasn't great because we didn't create anything, but defensively that was our best performance. We had to set out 8 defenders though, 8 defensive-minded players just to contain and compete with Chelsea. And some people would even say that it wasn't competing, was it? Some people would say that it was just basically hold what you had and then just take what you can. And for a long time it looked like we was going to do it. Sancho took his moment, finished it, put us in a position where we're thinking, hang on a minute, we can actually get something out of this game, and we almost did. Ronaldo at the end, Fred had the biggest nosebleed I've ever seen in my life, completely blew it, and they were the best chances, because Chelsea did not create anything in the second half. For all the possession, the 16 corners, the complete control that they had, they didn't really test David De Gea. I remember him making one save, a little scuffer along the floor, but that was it. That's all he got, and that's all that Chelsea came up with in the second half. Yeah, first 10 minutes or so, it was a bit hairy. De Gea kept us in it, as he usually does. It went very similar to how Villarreal went, except Chelsea are a better team, they kept the ball better than Villarreal, and we couldn't, in the end, get the same result. But we expected that. It's time to move on. It's time to move on now. Carrick's done his job. Thank you very much. Stabled the ship. We look like we're a bit of a unit again. Defensively, we've stopped the rot. The goals have stopped flying in, and it's a nice little bit. It's an easier sort of process in changing over as such. That's what I'm going to say, because Ranieri's coming in now to not as much of a shitstorm as what he might have been coming into, and for me that's important. You know what? The players there now are looking like they want to play for the shirt. Well, some of them do. There are still some in that team that need, obviously, weaning out, and that's what Ranieri's job is going to be now, and that's what he's going to bring. And that's what most of the United fans are looking forward to. And that is what the next step is, isn't it? It's a case of going to the next stage now. The next game against Arsenal now, we're going to see, hopefully, more of an attacking threat, more impetus on going forward and trying to pass forward rather than contain. Because in the end today, it's great defending and riding your luck, but you can't carry on. It's not sustainable. A quality on the ball was our biggest threat today, not Chelsea, because we just don't have the confidence on the ball. You can see we're at a stage now where we're sort of just edging up and up and up, trying to recover from being rock bottom. The confidence is still not there. The battle's there, and the will to stay in the game is there, but the quality is not. We're still seeing poor performances from Bruno, we're still seeing poor performances from, I mean, you can say Fred, his battling was there, but again, we've seen where he lacks. We've seen where Lindelof lacks. He's not composed on the ball and he's not strong enough. Of Varane and Eric Bailly, you're talking a different ball game, aren't you, altogether? Wan-Bissaka was okay, and forgive me if I'm wrong, it did look like it was Wan-Bissaka who made the mistake. It looked like Wan-Bissaka had just lost his head for a moment, and it cost us in the end. But fair's fair, it probably was a draw game. Unfortunately, we had that lapse, and Chelsea took advantage of it, and Jorginho finally scored a penalty. But, I mean, you've got to look at the bigger picture now. That game is done, it's probably a tough game, and Carrick's got us through it. So credit to Carrick. Move on to Ranieri, and hopefully he can take us to the next level that we need. the good thing about today's game and what it showed us was, yeah, the fight's there, and they're playing for the likes of Fletcher and Carrick, but the direction from them showed on the pitch even more because of that. And then the perfect moment and what actually proved that we do need to move on managerially and coaching wise was when Marcus Rashford was substituted before Jadon Sancho. Sancho was our biggest threat. Rashford was offering us absolutely nothing. He made one sprint there in the second half, and this was just before he actually got substituted off. He was dead. He was finished. He was out on his feet, and Sancho came off before him. I'm thinking, why? Because Sancho can actually hold on to the ball and use the ball better. Rashford's threat has gone in that sprint, because Rashford's threat is direct forward play, being the out ball. If he can't do that, and he's lost his energy, his fitness isn't quite there, then what's the point in him staying on the pitch? That's where Carrick made the mistake for me, because when Sancho was brought off, we sort of lost the impetus in any sort of attacking way. So that is where I'm going, right, okay, it's good that we've seen the fight, but
the referee
it is
cheated us out. Anthony Taylor, you're Chelsea fan, yeah? Don't know.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Taylor
let me
cheated
come on,
you?
man. Come
Taylor
on, man.
cheated you?
The referee.
He cheated
Big
Chelsea.
man, big man. Oh, United fan. This is
Of course we are.
We need this.
Go on, Chelsea!
You're going to get views for this, yeah? Give me your side of the game.
Come here then. Come here a second.
Give me
Yeah.
the game. This
Right,
is,
first of all, how did Taylor cheat you out of it?
made the free kicks, bro.
What? He gave you absolutely everything.
Oh, yeah, true. The penalty was cool. Anyway, I got dust. Ladies, I'm single. Love you. Do your thing, big man.
See you later.
Do not edit that out either. I'll make sure I watch it.
Anyway, that just shows, doesn't it? That's where it was at. When it comes down to Chelsea fans arguing over refereeing decisions, shows you how solid we was, but didn't take away from where I was just getting at there in terms of what we need as United right now and our manager. So, great that we got this result. Good for Carrick, brilliant for morale. And we can move forward now. Ranić coming in, time to go to that next level. And that's what's exciting right now. 2 years of Ranić after this 6 months, like I've said in all the videos this week, is what we're excited about. And we've seen fight there today. Now Ranić can come in and he can wean out the crap that was there today. I'm not going to name names. I want to see what they react under Carrick like, under Ranić like. Because under Carrick, it's an easy ride because it was under Ollie and it's still the same coaching staff. Under Ranić, it's not. I am so looking forward to that next step. Guys, that's it. Drop your comments in below. Let me know what you thought of the game today. Let me know who your man of the match was. Mine was Eric Bailly by a country mile. Shout out to Matic though. I forgot to mention Matic. His quality on the ball was off the scale today, and he was the only man, apart from that defence, that did his job for me to the maximum. His composure was off the scale and a different level above from everyone else in our midfield. Well guys, yeah, drop your comments in below. Let me know what you thought of the game today. Give the video a like and subscribe to the United Stand. As always, we move on. Cheers for watching, people.